first chapter we will be starting with respiration and circulation. As you know, all the living organisms require energy to carry out various life processes, and these life processes means walking, talking, sitting, thinking, all the process like digestion, circulation, respiration, all these processes require energy. And energy that is stored in the body in the form of complex organic compounds is, however, not suitable for the body to get used. Therefore, this energy, which is unstable, it must be converted into a stable form, and that stable form will be utilized by your body. So, this conversion is achieved through a process of respiration. This conversion is achieved through a process of respiration. Respiration is nothing but a biochemical process of oxidation of organic compound in orderly manner for liberation of chemical energy in the form of ATP. What is respiration? Respiration is nothing but oxidation of organic compounds for liberation of energy, which is in the form of ATP molecule. This ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate molecule. Here you will see a reaction, that is C6H12O6 plus 6O2 gives rise to 6CO2, 6 water molecule, and it releases about 38 ATP molecule. This ATP, as you know, it stands for adenosine triphosphate. So glucose molecule, when gets oxidized in presence of oxygen, it will convert into carbon dioxide, water molecule, and it releases about 38 ATP. And for this process of ATP generation, there is a requirement of gaseous exchange. Here you will see it is a glucose molecule which on oxidation combines with oxygen molecule, that is gaseous exchange, so as to release the amount 38 ATP energy molecule. Okay, so for this process of gaseous exchange, you must require or you must have something we call respiratory surface through which you are going to perform respiration. Okay, and this respiratory surface contains different properties or it must have some properties. Number one, larger surface area. Number two, thin, highly vascular, and it is permeable. And number third is moist. So these are the three properties which in which the respiratory surface the respiratory surface must have these properties. Okay, next, gaseous exchange in plant. Ab gaseous exchange in plant, how will you define the gaseous exchange in plant? As you know, plant respires through different structures. For example, we can say stomata. Stomata are the special structure through which the gaseous exchange takes place in the plant. Here on screen you will see the structure of stomata. Here there are two cells. In center there are two cells. The first one is this, the second one is this one. So these center cells are known as guard cells. These cells are known as guard cells. Here it is written guard cells. Around them there are some epidermal cells, or you can say subsidiary cells are present. Okay, in between two guard cells you will see a opening like structure. This is a opening like structure or a slit. This slit or this opening is known as stomatal pore. This is known as stomatal pore. Okay, so this structure is stomata. This structure is stomata and it is in open form. open form. The next figure indicates closed stomata. Here, the center in which the stomatal pore was present, now here that pore gets closed. Okay, so this structure, which we call stomata, perform the function of respiration, or you can say gaseous exchange in plant. Okay, and this exchange is by a process which is known as diffusion. Which is known as diffusion. Now, diffusion. What is diffusion? Diffusion is nothing but transfer of a solution, or you can say movement of a solution from its higher concentration to the lower concentration. Okay, diffusion can be explained by, like, while cooking there is a smell of food which spreads all over the your home. That is nothing but a diffusion. Okay, so this diffusion is carried out in gaseous exchange in plant. Now, how will this diffusion occur? So there is a space in between the cells of stem, root and leaves. They are not compactly arranged, they must have some gaps. So that space is present between the cells of stem, root and leaves. Diffusion takes place by stomata. As we know, stomata is involved in gaseous exchange. So this diffusion takes place by stomata. Same condition in woody flowering plants, these stomatas are not present. There are some different structure which are known as lenticels, which perform the function of respiration in plant. Okay. Here we will see respiration in animal. Respiration in animal is wide variety of respiratory organs. Respiration in animals occurs through wide variety of respiratory organs which are present in animals, and these respiration, or you can say respiratory organ, depends upon the complexity of animal surrounding medium. These are the two conditions. These respiratory organs always depends upon complexity of animal and surrounding medium of that animal. And these animals have some specialized organ or body parts for the respiration. For example, here in chart you will see protists, sponges and coelentrates have aquatic mode of life. They respire through a plasma membrane. Same as other, like flatworms, planaria, annelids, earthworm. These are aquatic or semi-aquatic. They respire through plasma membrane, general body surface, moist skin, etc. etc. Next, if you see reptiles, birds and mammals, their habitat is terrestrial. So this terrestrial mode of life, in them, the evolution of that respiratory surface into lungs. So reptile, birds and mammals respire through lung. Okay, now we'll start with the human respiratory system. Human respiratory systems contains different organs, or you can say contains a system. That system is known as a respiratory system, and this respiratory system is divided into two halves. The first half is known as upper respiratory system. The second one is known as lower respiratory system. Upper respiratory system contains external layers, nasal cavities, internal layers, nasopharynx, nose and throat. Likewise, lower respiratory system contains larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles and lungs. So these are the two systems which are present in human respiratory system, and human respiratory system is it occurs by two processes. The first process is known as inspiration. Here it is written inspiration, and the second one is known as expiration, जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं अमल तनफ्फुस का अमल, सांस लेना और सांस छोड़ने का अमल. सांस लेने के अमल को हम कहते हैं इंस्पायरेशन, और सांस छोड़ने के अमल को हम कहते हैं एक्सपायरेशन इन द लंग्स. एंड these oxygen or these gases must be transported by some medium all over the body. Okay, so every part of your body requires oxygen, and that oxygen is provided by, or you can say transported by, blood. It is transported by blood from lungs to different tissues. Tissues are nothing but a group of cells, a group of cells. So this transportation is going to occur by blood from lungs to different tissues. Okay. Next, nose. Nose, a pair of slits like opening called external layer or nostril. Here you can see in figure it is indicated as nostril. Here it is a nostril. Okay. Nose contains nasal chamber also. Nasal chambers are divided into two categories, or you can say divided into two halves, left and right, by a cartilage that is known as mephmoid cartilage. It is known as mephmoid cartilage. So this nasal chamber has three regions. The first region is vestibule. The second region is known as the respiratory part here, and the third region is known as olfactory or sensory chamber. Vestibule contains hair. Vestibule contains hair. नोज के अंदर जो हेयर प्रेजेंट रहते हैं, that hairs have special function like filtration of dust particles वगैरह हमारी नाक के जरिए रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम में ना दाखिल हो सके, इसीलिए वहाँ पे क्या प्रेजेंट रहता है, हेयर प्रेजेंट रहता है. द सेकेंड पार्ट इज नोन एज रेस्पिरेटरी पार्ट. रेस्पिरेटरी पार्ट function as warming and moistening the air. Warming and moistening the air. The respiratory part does the function of warming and moistening. Olfactory or sensory chamber, as the name itself indicates, it is involved in detection of smell. Now we'll see in figure. Here you can say a nasal cavity. Here it is a nasal cavity. These are the nostrils, or you can say a opening. Okay, here it is a mouth. This region is known as pharynx. This region is known as pharynx. Below pharynx there is an area which is known as larynx. Pharynx के नीचे क्या होता है, larynx. Larynx continues into a C-shaped structure like trachea. Okay, so these are the parts of human respiratory systems. Here it is lung, right lung, it is left lung. Right lung, it is divided into 3 lobes, while the left lung is divided into 2 lobes. Here there is the presence of diaphragm. This is a diaphragm. Okay. Next, pharynx. Next is pharynx. Pharynx, it is divided into 3 regions. It is divided into 3 regions. So this part is known as pharynx. Now this pharynx, it is divided into 3 regions. The first part, or the first region is known as nasopharynx. The second one is known as oropharynx, and the third one is known as laryngopharynx. Here you can see this part, these 3 parts. This 3 part makes pharynx. Nasopharynx, the yellow color structure, the yellow color is known as nasopharynx. The blue color structure, here it is oropharynx, and here the violet color is laryngopharynx. So the pharynx is divided into 3 regions: nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. Oropharynx does the function of passing the food and the air. The passage, it provides the passage for food and air. See, next part is larynx. Larynx, it is also known as aka stands for, also called as voice box. Larynx is also known as voice box. It contains vocal cords for the production of sound. So that means while speaking, the sound which we have is produced from these vocal cords, and these vocal cords are present in larynx region. Okay, here this is the larynx. This is larynx. This region is larynx, and this is enlarged in here. Okay, extends from laryngopharynx, hyoid bone to trachea, which is hollow tubular structure also called as windpipe. अब इसका जो कंटिन्यूएशन है वो नीचे की तरफ होता है, लैरिंग्स का कंटिन्यूएशन नीचे की तरफ होता है, जो कि किससे एक्सटेंड हो रहा है, लैरेंजोफायरिंग्स से। लैरेंजोफायरिंग्स से हाइड बोन, यहाँ पर देखिए, दिस इज नोन एज हाइवॉइड बोन, दिस इज हाइवॉइड बोन। थ्रू हाइवॉइड बोन it continues into a hollow tubular structure which is known as trachea. This hollow structure, ये कंटिन्यूएशन किस में आ रहा है, अंदर से ट्रैकिया के अंदर, तो ये ट्रैकिया में जाकर लैरिंग्स कंटिन्यूज इनटू ट्रैकिया। वॉइस, हाउ द वॉइस इज प्रोड्यूस, वॉइस इज प्रोड्यूस बाय द पैसेज ऑफ एयर बिटवीन द वोकल कॉर्ड्स। एज यू नो, लैरिंग्स कंटेन्स वोकल कॉर्ड्स। अब जब वो वोकल कॉर्ड्स के दरमियान से एयर गुजरती है, वो एयर की वजह से जो साउंड प्रोड्यूस होता है उसको कहते हैं वॉइस। ओके, लैरिंग्स ओपन इनटू लैरेंजोफैरिंग्स थ्रू अ स्लिट कॉल्ड एज ग्लॉटिस। स्लिट कहते हैं बारीक सुराख को, स्लिट कहते हैं बारीक सुराख को। लैरिंग्स जो है लैरेंजोफैरिंग्स के अंदर ओपन होता है एक बारीक सुराख से, उसको हम कहते हैं ग्लॉटिस। क्या कहते हैं उसको, ग्लॉटिस। अब ग्लॉटिस के ऊपर ही एक फ्लैप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर प्रेजेंट होता है। फ्लैप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर का मतलब ये, ओके, जिसको आप जो फ्लैप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर है आप उसको क्या बोल सकते हो, बंद करने के लिए हम लोग ढक्कन वगैरह लगाते हैं ना, वो चीज़। Epiglottis is a flap-like structure which guards the opening of trachea. That means the trachea opening, trachea जो ओपन होता है वो किससे गार्डेड है, वो epiglottis से गार्डेड है। किससे गार्डेड है, epiglottis से। ओके, तो larynx, it contains vocal cords, it is also called as voice box, it contains glottis, epiglottis, which are important for guarding the passage of trachea। ठीक है।